Oh, pardon me. I'm Jared Clapp, and this is this week's edition of the Editors Roundtable.
Way to make
On
that
this week's
reverse.
panel, we have Maria Bernard, Ian Hoops, Caroline Bryan, I'm Jared Clapp, Zach Becker,
Is it hoops or hoops?
and Mary Q. Burton.
How do we say hoops?
This week we can't make up my mind. My mind. I can make up my mind. They can't make up my mind. But we don't know what we're talking about quite yet. So while Ian's rubbing my shoulder, we're either going to talk about what we think about food services or what we think about Valentine's Day. So you might get a little bit of both since, you know, it's kind of a timely subject. We don't care about Super Tuesday. That's crap you can find on CNN.com. We're making your time less worthwhile. So, anyway, what do you guys think about food services?
Can I just ask something?
Sure.
Is there anyone here who doesn't know that it's Valentine's Day with an N?
I knew that.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
No.
Apparently there are still people in this world, I heard someone say the other day actually, there are still people in this world who think it's Valentine's Day.
There's still
What's
people
a
that think
Valen?
it's volleyball.
If it's time for Valens, what is a Valen? Anyway, that's...
I thought it was a guy's name.
I'd say it's that white stuff that
Yeah,
goes
no,
in your
it
mouth
definitely
when you
is.
get really, really thirsty.
Ew.
That's gross.
But we all know what he's talking about.
True.
God, that's inappropriate.
You know, maybe so, but, you know, since when are we appropriate? Since when is eating steamed rice on camera appropriate? Never.
Hey, you should plug it, and that way we might get free rice.
It says enjoy.
Yeah, it's just okay.
It sucks.
It's not great.
We could do plugs, man. There is nothing like a peanut butter cookie from Kroger's.
Kroger.
Kroger.
Just Kroger.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not owned by a person named Kroger, it's just a store called Kroger.
Yeah. Sorry, that's their thing. I learned that.
It's also a store called Meijer.
And it's not Panera's.
Yeah, it's called Panera brand.
Or tumbleweeds.
but you go to Kroger's,
No, you go to Kroger.
but stuff comes from.
But
Nope,
what
it
if
comes
I
from
go
Kroger.
to more than
You
one
can say,
Kroger?
this is Kroger's.
Then
flour.
I went to several Krogers.
I went to
Kroger's,
multiple
Kroger's.
Kroger. No, that's not right.
Multiple Krogers. Like if you went to the one on Dixie Highway and then the one on Bardstown Road.
Technically, this is kind of
Krogers.
related to food.
If you're in Oklahoma-
This has nothing to
Krogers.
do with anything. This is like Seinfeld.
Yeah, it's a
big
it's a
long
podcast
semantics
about
debate,
nothing.
yeah.
Except Seinfeld wasn't dumb.
No, it was.
I'm not
It was
dumb.
just, you know, people...
No, you're not.
Totally dumb.
No, I'm not calling you dumb. I'm calling this dumb because we're not unified this time around.
I wish they would get new tuna fish because it made me sick.
At food services, by the
Can
way.
you...
And
Can you-
every time I want something good, if somebody recommends it, I go down there and they don't have it anymore. And in place of it, they have something gross like green beans that look old and squishy.
You actually feel safe eating tuna that is from anywhere but your house?
Yeah.
That
I've
tuna
eaten
fish is
tuna
always something
many
that
places,
is
and
like
it's not made me sick.
tuna salad is always something that has struck me as
Have you ever had Kroger? tuna
dangerous
salad?
unless you make it.
No, you're wrong.
All right, here, hold still. Oh,
I have a
get
funny
it.
story about tuna.
You have a.
You do.
It's not really funny and probably not appropriate for this.
Maybe.
I'll just tell you guys later.
Okay. Fair enough.
Cheese.
Well, I don't know. No, I better not. It involves me working at the hospital in sex play. But not me in doing it.
Yeah, right.
Well, anyway.
I don't get the association.
I'll tell you in a second.
Sponge bath.
Now I know a few
That's
people
horrible.
kind of poo-poo, you know, the food services, but you know, really, it's like I told Ron, who's behind the camera right now. You know, the Swiss cheese there tastes like Swiss cheese, and
They have good Swiss.
they have great Swiss cheese. And for me, that's a pretty good gauge as far as how good the sandwiches are there. Now, you know, yeah, you can get a sandwich at Subway, but these are better sandwiches than what you get at Subway, and they're cheaper, a lot cheaper. $1.85 for a sandwich with, you know, whatever you want on it.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
whatever happened to Subway charging so much for just a sandwich that has, you know, meat and cheese on it?
They had to pay Jared's fat ass.
It's just ridiculous.
It's not me.
It's all still. I mean, it's not
I
like
wish they
it's,
paid my fat ass.
I mean, yeah, it's a sandwich and someone puts it together in front of you, but it's all still processed meat and cheese and stuff.
You know,
So,
some
I don't understand. Yeah, it's like you pay $4 for a turkey sub.
Did you know that some Subways have breakfast?
Yeah,
And
a lot
the
of
only
them
thing
do
that constitutes breakfast is that they put an egg on it. And if you get there at like, I think it's 10:30 or 11 o'clock, they won't. They're like, no, done for the day.
Ours
but it's
had
just like,
breakfast during its last legs.
did it?
Pisses
It's
me
just
off.
it's just like an
They
egg loaf.
changed the breakfast time. You used to be able to get breakfast until 11 o'clock at fast food
Here?
restaurants.
Oh.
Well, anywhere, and
Where?
when we would go to church,
Where?
I would leave church and still be able to go get breakfast until 11 o'clock.
Where?
McDonald's was 10:30.
Ever since I've been
Now
born,
it's
McDonald's has
10:30.
been 10:30.
Well, you're wrong again.
Ever since I was born, McDonald's has been 10:30.
I see.
Unless
Yeah.
you go to like a
Google
special
coming
It's been
occasion.
10:30. This is true.
Maybe it's just that weird
Well,
time
I know
change.
Hardee's wasn't.
Well, you know
Hardee's
what?
was right next to Wesley Chapel.
Everyone should just prescribe to the rule of steak and shake and Denny's and serve breakfast all day.
You know what makes
I
me
would eat
angry?
McDonald's a lot more if they served breakfast all day.
Chick-fil-A not
They would
having
save the
breakfast
world.
on Sundays.
Well, they're not
That
open
makes-
on Sundays.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what makes me really angry. Like taking off on Sunday. Ooh.
They all go to
and they
church.
do that, and it makes me sad because I will want like Chick-fil-A, and it
Mhm.
might be a Sunday, and you know it kind of sucks. But as much as that sucks, I totally agree with that principle.
Well,
like
that-
I'm not a Christian or anything, but a company that will abandon profits to really follow a principle they believe in, I think that's really cool.
But that's fine if they're going to go to if they if it's purely because Sunday is reserved for church, then have it open at noon, or have it open after church.
their
you know.
their whole belief, like if you read like
Sunday
one of
I
the,
want my chicken
if
biscuit
you
on
read like their
Sunday.
manifesto or whatever on their
It is
website
tasty.
about what it is,
Isn't it?
they do it because Sunday is supposed to be the day where you rest, and they don't want their people to have to work on that day.
Jesus or God rested on the seventh
I wish
Yeah.
Outback let people
Was it
off
Seventh Day
on
Sunday?
Sundays. Not that I'm saying anything about the corporation I work
I think Chick-fil-A is like one of the only major corporate entities out there that does stuff like that for their employees because they just believe in it. That's really cool to me.
Do they pay them still?
Well, no, you don't get paid when you don't
Well
work.
then.
Jesus didn't get paid, or God didn't get paid when he rested. He just did a rest.
Moses got paid, and he also had a hair lip.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
How
in
do
the
you know
Bible.
that?
Cool.
Read useless stuff Zach knows in every issue of the Horizon. Plug.
That wasn't in this week.
No.
I liked yours this week though.
Thank you.
I hope this editor's roundtable this week wasn't too terribly useless.
Wait, was
for
that
your
it?
time. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, so join us next week. Maybe we'll talk about something. Maybe we won't. Maybe I'll just eat steamed rice. Either way, you guys have a happy Valentine's Day.
You're such a dork.
Yeah.